IBBC Maritime Committee هي إحدى اللجان التي تأسست في مجلس الأعمال العراقي البريطاني والمهتمة بكافة الأمور الجوانب البحرية فيما يخص بناء السفن وفيما يخص النقل البحري وفيما يخص التعليم الأكاديمي. وانطلقنا من لندن لهذه المواضيع والتعاون مع منظمة البحرية الدولية الآيمو، وكان عندنا لقاءات كثيرة بالفترة الأخيرة، وكل هذا هو يكون دعم إلى الهيئة البحرية العراقية العليا والشركة العامة للنقل البحري والشركة العامة لموانئ العراق. وأيضا عندنا صار في أحداث ممتازة جدا، وهي الشراكة بين القطاع الخاص والقطاع العام مع شركة الصناعات الحربية، هيئة التصنيع الحربي، بتأسيس أول مصنع خاص بصناعة الزوارق وكل ما يتعلق بالشؤون الحربية والتوسع الأفقي والعمودي لهذه الشراكة. راح نبدي اليوم بس نسوي تعارف الحاضرين، وراح نفتح الموضوع والمناقشة للمواضيع والجوانب اللي ضمن هذه اللجنة البحرية.
العراق الموجود قسم تجاري في الشركة العامة للنقل.
السلام عليكم، كابتن ناظر، نائب رئيس الهيئة البحرية العراقية العليا.
دكتور شلال، المدير العام بمجموعة شركات الشلال الأزرق.
مهندس محمد العفاوي، مدير شركة بركان التعمير ومدير مجموعة تدريب الطرق.
دكتور أحمد العبيد، بنفس وصف سنوات مصر.
مرحبا، شاهد ميلان، Operations Director Select.
Hello, I'm Hardi Ismail, Learning and Development Leader.
السلام عليكم، دكتور محمد قصي، مدير عام التخطيط والمتابعة في هيئة التصنيع الحربي.
السلام عليكم، مهندس صالح جاسم، مدير عام الدائرة الفنية بهيئة التصنيع الحربي.
السلام عليكم، أبو سعد النعيمي، مستشار اقتصادي ومالي.
وصول نادر، مديرة قسم التوظيف بشركة ستافينج ايجنسي سيلكت.
السلام عليكم، مرحبا بالجميع. خالد فيصل، نائب مدير المفاوضات لمجموعة الزمالك.
Stephen North, Regional Manager, Middle East and Sponsor Relations for Newcastle University.
زهراء علي من شركة نوفا سيلز، Regional Head for Sound Purchase.
السلام عليكم جميعا، علاء الناصري، سفير ونائب ممثل الدائرة البحرية سابقا.
أنا دكتور داوود، في هذا المؤتمر أنا ممثلة للشركة السعودية اسمها هوي أركيتكتس، بس تخصصي هو Civil Engineering and Transportation.
دكتور عدنان النجفي، أكاديمي متقاعد.
السلام عليكم، دكتور مصطفى علاوي، رئيس مجلس إدارة شركة النقل قاطع.
Hello everyone, Colin Findlay from IBBC. I'm the secretary of this Maritime Committee assisting Mr. Shah.
أهلا وسهلا بالجميع. Welcome everybody. And just we can introduce Mr. Colin about our committee in IBBC and the goal and the strategies about this committee, how we started from the London to Iraq to Basra, and how we want to support and develop the maritime business and sector with all the government and private, as well the latest issues that how we be in contact with the IMO, and we want now to explain about what we have of this committee and what we are interested. And as well, we have the gentleman from ISMA and from State Company for Maritime Transportation, from the Defense Industries Commissions, as well from the other sectors and private government. بداية احنا يعني الماريتايم كوميتي مهتمة جدا تطوير العلاقات، نطور الموارد البشرية. يعني احنا كمجموعتنا المتخصصة في بناء السفن والجوانب البحرية بنينا حوالي 25 إلى 30 قطعة بحرية، منها 20 يعني باخرة يعني سفينة وزوارق، إلى الشركة العامة للموانئ العراق، شركة نفط البصرة، خاصة 3 بواخر الأخيرة اللي تشتغل الآن بالبناء النفطي، واللي أخذناها أوبريشن من جانب نسوي أوبريشن for we had the operation of the fleet of the Basra Oil Company for the ships that we built. So we faced the problem of how to who the crew, how to develop the crew, and they should have the certificate that they allow them to operate the vessels. So we make a training to them, and we take them to Jordan, to the academy in Jordan, in order to have the certificate. واحدة من متطلبات الوايت ليست لأن العراق يطبقها هي أنه لازم الأكاديمية يدرسونه في المناهج العلمية.
حتى تنتقل إلى الوايت ليست يحتاج متطلبات عالية جدا. الكلية البحرية، كابتن بحري، وبالتعليم العالمي. إذا تدرس ماجستير مثلا بالعالم موجود، لكن تجي من أنا ما عندي منهج.
سوينا الاشتراك ورجعنا للبصرة. Last Sunday, Abdullah and Mr. Ali, they joined me the meeting in the Iraqi authority, الهيئة البحرية العليا العراقية، وكان موجود الكابتن ناظر. كابتن ناظر هو نائب رئيس الهيئة البحرية العليا. And they came in our meeting the members from يسموها الأكاديمية، أكاديمية الخليج العربي للدراسات البحرية. It was very good, very successful meeting, and we make for them practical training as well theoretical, and then yesterday we gave them the username and the password, and now they are completely full access to the website of the IMO.
نعمل مجابهة لوزارة التأمين بتأسيس أول ميناء بدخول البريطاني مع 1919 اللي هو ميناء نعمة. السلطة البحرية العراقية سلطة فتية، سلطة جديدة. عندنا متطلبات تقريبا 9 اتفاقيات اللي هي سولاس، ماربو وإلى آخره. سعيا منا بقواتنا الموجودة بالكم الموجود والمعلومة الموجودة، جاي نحاول نواكب التطورات اللي جاي يصير. عندنا زيارة تقييمية اللي هو التطبيق الإلزامي من الآيمو يوم 6 بالشهر. إن شاء الله احنا نبذل صار جهدنا للوصول إلى الانضمام أو شروع بالانضمام إلى هاي المنظمة.
The first meeting that we had as a maritime committee, I've done some research with all the private sectors, companies and oil business. Each company, they have their own logistics team. Okay, that team obviously supervise and overseeing all the activities for the material and goods that reach the ports, whether it's northern or southern or Abu Flus or all different ports in the vessel. The thing is, that procedure is always getting updated. For example, the latest thing they have entered the SCORA system and all the other parties, and then you have Masarik. It's a program that gives a ticket for the truck to enter the port, and they had increased another instruction is the trailer or vehicles will stay inside the port until Baghdad approved, and then the truck leaves the port. However, that made a mess, a big mess, okay? Causing delay, causing
development centers who can develop people in the maritime sector. They can do auditing processes just to make sure that we have a uniform teaching process in the sector specifically, and they would audit centers approve them, give them a license so they can offer training dedicated to the maritime sector, and that way you can develop somehow skills passport for the maritime sector specifically, and you can establish a recertification process for the people who want to work in this sector. They need to renew it every 2 years or something like that. Essentially, you are unifying, or you're identifying the Iraq-specific competencies and skills needed in the maritime sector and combining that with the international standard, and then you are upholding that standard on the whole sector. So you now become the governing body, and you create a pathway for people to who have.
هيئة التصنيع الحربي هي ليست الوريث الشرعي إلى هيئة التصنيع العسكري سابقا. هي هيئة دفاعية تسعى إلى تأمين الحد الأدنى من الردع الدفاعي للبلد. هيئة التصنيع الحربي مرتبطة بشكل مباشر بالقائد العام للقوات المسلحة وفق قانونها التنظيمي رقم 25 لسنة 2019. هي هيئة أتاح لها القانون أنه تستثمر قدرات القطاع الخاص الوطني والأجنبي بشكل مباشر، وكذلك استقطاب الكفاءات العلمية وإنشاء مصانع دفاعية وكذلك مصانع ذات طبيعة مدنية. عندنا مشاريع مهمة مع الجانب البريطاني، أحب نطمنهم إن إحنا سارين بالشراكة الاستراتيجية.
First of all, I think it would be quite recommended that this committee would give clear instructions or proposals, to help to improve whatever is being happening now at the ports. Okay, as a gesture, no need for consultancy fee or anything, as a gesture. That will open ways. Second thing, in addition to these kind of instructions, we always sit down, because in addition to those two companies that I have there, I also manage a division, the logistic division in IOCs.
It is the time now. At least we have a factory to produce the boats, the small size and medium size. No need to import from outside. And according to our experience in this field, shipbuilding for Al Zaman Group, so we make this partnership, PPP, with the DIC, and almost maybe after 1 month or 2 months, we will make the ceremony of the opening for this factory, and we will invite all of you. We have a lot of requirement from the government as well from the private sector. And also we want this PPP will be a part in Basra. And from this partnership agreement, we have to support the pupil and how to develop the training. We have a training department in the factory, and we have a very nice building for the management and the training. And we'll support as well the State Company for Maritime Transportation, the ISMA and GCPI.
I think one of the things that we haven't yet said is that since our last meeting, we've been working as the IBBC Maritime Committee on a MOU which is supported by the Minister of Transport. This MOU is designed to establish an Iraq Written Maritime Commission. The Commission being the means by which the IBBC, along with the State Company for Maritime Transport, along with ISMA and along with GCPI, the ports of Iraq, can come together and work together to understand the issues, the problems and the things that need to be dealt with. So I think what we're trying to do and what I want to say is that we're moving along quite quickly towards being able to do some of the things that you brought up there. For instance, the national content policy that you mentioned is absolutely the right thing. And you asked who the appropriate authority for that is. Well, actually, it's sitting at the table here because that is ISMA, the Iraq Supreme Maritime Authority, who's the authority to do that. But by using the commission that we are trying to set up, it gets us in a position where we can sit around the table with the appropriate people and have those conversations and get those points into place. So it's not just about talking about it, we're trying to create an environment where we can actually do something tangible. So I think it's really important that we talk about that. I think it's also really important when you talk about the problems of the ports and the ability to actually make something happen again. The Iraq-Britain Maritime Commission would be the very place where we have the ability to talk about and actually bring response to the table. So we're getting to the stage fairly quickly where we should, from this committee, be able to start making some tangible benefit and tangible movements. We're not quite there yet, but we're going to get there probably before the year end. So I just didn't want to miss that point before we start to move on to any other business within the meeting. So just go back to one other point. We want as many members from IBBC to be involved. What do we need? Well, we need everything, I suppose, but we've talked a lot about training because training is so important and the development of people. So, but that's only stage one. We want to work with the ports, we want to work with the wider transportation sector. But for the moment, it's the ports and the maritime sector that is a really important place to start because that's where we've got momentum. So we're looking for the trainers, the recruiters, the universities who can bring the expertise to the table. But that's not to in any way exclude any of the other sectors that we want to bring to the table here because we need them all.
Meeting again and making such progress. And I think there's something we should probably do now, doing already, is to talk with the Education Committee in IBBC. Yesterday at the conference we had the Deputy Minister of Higher Education there, and they're really changing the mindset now. They're open to new ideas. They like Russell University, other universities quite able to do it. Technical universities seem quite capable. So that's my small suggestion.
Enable architecture. It was not a department, it was part of a mechanical engineering department, naval architecture. That was more than 50 years ago, when we had no ships at the time. What is intriguing is that we had such a requirement in the university, but it was not a practical requirement.
Yeah.
There was no ships. Now there are ships and there is no naval architecture department in the university. What I'm suggesting is that why don't we go back to the University of Basra?
Yeah.
It is the only university that is eligible to have such a department out of hundreds of universities. Why don't we go back to it? Personally, I taught in that department, it was not a department yet, more than 50 years ago. I had lectures there. And we graduated some naval architecture students at the time. Where are they? I don't know. Cooperate with the academic part and the practical side. And then the university itself will be able to give them an MSc in naval architecture.
They used to call it in the northeast. So Sunderland, they did kind of Mackhams, they fitted out the ships. Newcastle tended to build them. We've still got ports, we've got Tynemouth, so we've got ferries going from there to mainland Europe. And because of that, we've still got technical colleges, so not part of the university, technical colleges that do the kind of seaworthiness stuff, the captaincy, the first officer, the deckhands, those kind of training that's not actually a university degree. So we offer degrees in marine engineering, naval architecture, subsea engineering, offshore engineering, pipeline engineering. I think you'll find at the moment in the UK, those subject areas are actually at risk because at the moment there's not a great deal of demand from it kind of locally. So if you're wanting to upskill, provide these kind of facilities here to offer these kind of programs in the future in Iraq, I would say the clock might be ticking, because if you leave it 2 or 3 years, you might find that some of those departments that currently exist may no longer exist, as the example from the University of Ashton has been shown.
After our last meeting, we went and met with Mr. Fatusi at the General Company for Ports and Iraq, and he talked at length about the development road and about the development of the Grand ports. I just want to say one number to you. 25,000 jobs in the next 3 to 5 years is what we expect to generate from Grand Foul of the port opens. That has to be an incentive for us to do what we're doing need to do. So just keep that in mind when we're getting lost in some of the detail, that actually there's really big opportunities here. It's very good for Iraq, of course, where the development road opens up. And the ports open up and the ships come to Basra, but ultimately the business opportunity is there.
Is why IMO is blacklist our academic, and the other is how is to modernize the collaboration between the authorities of maritime and the ship companies, private company, international private companies like Maersk, like Henry Lloyd, like even for the transport companies and logistic companies. This is the key word because in the law of Iraqi law, the authorities of maritime, they has to develop the system so that the shipping companies, logistic companies can operate. It should be that the reason we cannot see this collaboration. Shipping international companies allowed to call, allowed to help with the legalization, the same issue you said. Thank you.
The one thing for the IMO, the captain or a chief engineer, the one thing, he speaks fluency in English. And at least he has certificate for the IELTS 5.5. And one kid I speak with Mr. Steve when the people from Iran staying in the UK and study for the university for the UK.
On our ships, regardless of the reasons. And the second thing, we've been put a blacklist because we don't have the requirements. That's why all gentlemen here wants to shift it to the whitelist and to update all the documentations in order to get Iraq ships all over the world. Okay, and getting back to you, the reason that we have some specialties all over the world, but it doesn't operate in here, supporting what Mr. Ali said, lack of knowing English, and the other thing, the certificate, the academic certificate is not recognizable, is because we have a limited of universities that's assigned by the higher education ministry, is only these ones it's acceptable to get certified from, which is a stupid thing, to be quite honest. Yeah, because the world is evolving and everybody is getting updates from all over the region, and we are stick to the old ways of studying. So in order to get to that balance, I think what Mr. Ahmed Shaban is doing and the esteemed team is trying to make balance where you can bring all the updates and all this revolution, bring it back in here. It's going to be close to the Ministry of Education to come here instead of travel, to come here and see the reality, and that's going to close the gap.
For the development way, as well, the first step of our port, as well, we talk about how to develop the human resources that we need to work in this big port, and I think Mr. Munkar,
a lot of things of these issues, and we discuss about the project, to be as a subcontractors, and from this huge projects as well, how to make a training for the people. So one of our goal now is to start. I think soon we will have the State Company for Maritime Transportation. Yesterday we had a very good meeting with Mr. Ahmed Jassim, the Director General, of State Company for Maritime Transportation, as now he is the president of ISMA. And we agreed for how to create and start for this academy. It is not only for the marine, but on the field of transportation. As you mentioned, that we have railway, we have the aviation, we have the road, and we need to upgrade and all the skills of our pupil in Iraq, inshallah.
متطلبات الانتقال اللاحق لإجراء مجالات مختلفة من ضمنها انضمام العراق لبعض الاتفاقيات الأساسية في المنظمة البحرية. خلال السنة الماضية العراق استطاع إيداع أكثر من 15 اتفاقية ومعاهدة في المنظمة البحرية وحقق يعني رقم جيد جدا من المعاهدات المطلوبة للعراق. أيضا تم تحديد موعد التدقيق الإلزامي، كان المفروض يمكن 27 أو 26 تقريبا بسبب يعني إمكانية العراق على تحقيق الكثير من المتطلبات. أنا إذا أعتقد أن الفترة كانت عالية حول معاهدة الشهادة من الخارج. أكو زمالات في الجامعة البحرية في مالمو ومالطا. للأسف بعض الخريجين من المعهد الدولي للقانون البحري في مالطا عندما يعودون من العراق يواجهون مشكلة معادلة. ما يحتاج تعاون بين يعني وزارات القطاعية مع وزارة التعليم العالي، كل ما يكون حديث صغير ما شوية راح يدلل هاي شو اسمه. ف يعني أتمنى إنه على أجندة اللجنة يكون اللقاء مع الجهات المسؤولة في وزارة التعليم حتى تنحل التقرير. القضية الثانية اللي أشار لها الكابتن وهي اللغة الإنجليزية. سنويا كان عندنا أكثر من زمالة مجانية في مالمو ومالطا للعراق. للأسف اللي يقدمون ما يقدمون أو يتأخرون أو ما عندهم مؤهلات. فمن الجيد إنه يصير في معهد تطوير اللغات، يعني بعض الشباب اللي ما مهتمين أساسا يدرسون في معهد تطوير اللغة الإنجليزية حتى يكون جاهز للانضمام والاستفادة من هاي القضية. هذا اللي حبيت أقول. شكرا جزيلا.
About the equivalent of the certificate that we from Malmo, from the German. This is one of the issues that Captain Nader we want to speak, to sign the MOU between IBBC and ISMA, and this will give us the opportunity that we can follow up with the ministers, with the Minister of Education and the others, the Prime Minister maybe, in order to solve one of these issues to belong to our responsibility.
I think we have good plan, me and Mr. Ahmed Zamana and the Nike holding company, to make us something unique, specializing about this academy education, but also shipyard, and also we have something good we will do it inshallah in the future. Thank you so much.
We need just to highlight it, to sponsor it more on the social media. Social media now is something everyone can see it.
Well, they want to have a job in the oil and gas. No, so that one of our idea, me and Mr. Mustafa, about how to bring the pupil, the student in the school, and bring them to our factories, shipyard, just let them see, and then when they want to have a study, maybe they will go to the maritime. But maritime, still maritime, commercial maritime. So don't talk in the military.
That's why I suggest for the academy. Yes, exactly. Built for the unskilled. Focus for the next generation. Yeah. Absolutely.
That we have in this meeting, and thank you very much for everybody. Thank you.